Hey fitness coaches, by the end of this video, you will know how to avoid the 3 most common mistakes personal trainers make when it comes to hormone balance. And in turn, you'll have 3 ways that you can support not only your client's hormone balance, but hormone optimization as well. Before I dive in, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click that bell to be notified every time I post a new video on menstrual cycle health, nutrition, and fitness. My name is Omega Zumpano. If you don't know me yet, I am an exercise scientist and menstrual cycle educator. And I've helped so many women across the US get fit and master their hormones, all using the menstrual cycle. And I know that you can do the same thing for your clients. So let's dive in. The number 1 mistake most personal trainers make is not tracking their client's period. It's important to understand exactly where your client is in her cycle, particularly when she has her period for that 3 to 7 day window. Why? Because the hormones that govern strength and muscle recovery, estrogen and testosterone, are at their lowest in your client's menstrual phase. Regardless of how strong or how much of a beast your client is, estrogen and testosterone just aren't at the levels that they should be to, again, support muscle recovery and support muscle growth. And on top of that, if you do not know when your client's period is and you're training them intensely throughout their period, you run the risk of actually depleting them, leaving more potential for post-bleed fatigue and even iron deficiency symptoms. But there's a simple fix for all this. Just ask in your initial assessment when your client's period is and how long her total menstrual cycle is. So how long the period is, that's an easy one to answer. How long the total menstrual cycle is different for lots of people. The average is 28 days, but people can have anywhere from a 22 or 24 day cycle to a 34 or 36 day cycle. I actually have a resource for you that I'll tell you about at the end of the video to make all this cycle tracking easy. If your client's period occurs in regular intervals, then you, as a personal trainer, you're empowered to predict when her period is coming and adjust her training program accordingly. The second mistake most personal trainers make is not periodizing your client's workouts to the menstrual cycle. Now, this is no one's fault because most of the fitness research that we have been taught have been done on men. But now that research is out studying women, the menstrual cycle, and how hormones impact fat utilization, muscle strength, muscle recovery, and building muscle, we actually, as personal trainers, are then empowered to use these research studies to further optimize our clients' hormones and periodize their workouts according to the menstrual cycle. And going back to tip number 1, if you know when your client's period is, it's way easier to map out periodization for hormone optimization. Now, I made a very detailed video about periodization for hormone optimization that you can find right here, and you can watch that using the link in the description box below. But I'll also run through it quickly here. In the bleed phase, you want to reduce overall intensity of the workouts. After you know that your client's out of her bleed phase, you can do higher reps, lower weight, and increase the rest time between sets. Increasing the rest time works to recover the muscle tissue, and there is some strength loss and delayed onset muscle soreness that can happen after our period if we push our clients too hard. So that's why I recommend higher reps, lower weight, and a longer rest time. About 11 to 16 days after she starts her period, you can put her through the most intense and rigorous workout sessions because estrogen and testosterone are aiding in muscle recovery and muscle growth. For some of your clients, this might be doing 1 rep maxes, while for others, it might be doing really intense drills or putting someone through a HIIT session. You know your clients best. About 10 to 12 days before your client is set to start her period in her luteal phase, start decreasing the overall intensity about 30%. No longer doing those 1 rep maxes or pushing her little booty to finish a HIIT session. After you drop down 30%, then about a week before she's set to start her period, you can drop it down another 20% and emphasize long duration, low intensity cardio because her fat metabolization has actually picked up in this phase. Stick to that for a week and then she'll come back to her bleed phase. And like I said, I have a very in-depth video and you can find that in the link in the comments below. And if you've got something out of this video so far, go ahead and share your biggest aha moment in the comments below. And the third and final mistake that I see most personal trainers making when it comes to hormone optimization and hormone balance is not assessing at the right time. As personal trainers, we take assessments monthly, if not weekly, right? So if your client has strength or weight loss goals, wouldn't you like to show her at the most optimal time for her hormones? Most optimal time to check for progress is in the ovulatory phase, about 2 weeks after she starts her period. And here are a couple reasons to take the assessment within the ovulatory phase. During this time, your client has more strength capacity. So if your assessment involves lifting, she is going to be stronger. The second reason is your client has a lower basal metabolic rate during this time. Since her BMR is lower, she's gonna have a decreased appetite. So she'll actually probably eat less around this time as well. Less food volume in her stomach, she will weigh less also. Third reason is that when your client is ovulating, she has more confidence. Like I've been saying, estrogen and testosterone are the highest, giving her that glow. And wouldn't you like to reflect to your client how confident and badass she is? Personal trainers who support their clients' hormones are not only helping their clients become the fittest version of themselves, they're helping their clients improve in every area of life. So if you want to start being that personal trainer, this free cyclical assessment document is the perfect place to start. This will help you get to know your client's cycle. It'll help you have conversations around the cycle, and it will aid you in planning your workouts around your client's menstrual cycle. Oh, and lastly, you'll be supported with additional resources to help build your knowledge base. You can download that using the link in the description box below, and watch this video next on how fluctuating hormones impact female strength. Thanks for watching. Bye.